4 balls that got into the rail and then just hung up in the pocket. Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, and when it happens like that, that's when you just got to shoot and stuff just laugh at it. And not only that, he scratched me in. It's like this. Gives me my hand. But I missed that one. I think this one.
Might feel easy.
Okay. What score do you have there, Mike?
Okay. Good luck. I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to do it.
Can you hear me, Mike?
Oh,
Mike Cease, can you hear me? Can't really tell whose score it is, who's got what, or who's playing to what pocket. I've just gotten on here. This is Derek Reynolds, zooming in from Columbus. And this is Tony Lovejoy and Riley Adkins. I don't know if they have started yet. I can't tell. I did see Riley hit a ball or two there, and I saw Tony just walk by. Are you hearing me, Mike? Okay. Well, that looks like Alex Marshall, which is Tony's fiance. She's getting the balls out. They may be playing a practice rack. That looks like 10 ball. And then I got to switch to somebody else, and I don't recognize that player or that player. You're flipping from table to table here. You were on the right table because Alex was just racking up 10 ball there.
Get lucky.
You got me all screwed up because I don't know who these two guys are. This is not Tony and Riley for sure. You switched me to like 3 different tables. Still not the right table. Yeah, this is the right table. That is Tony Lovejoy's fiance, Alex Marshall. She's just practicing 10 ball, waiting on them to, or 9 ball, waiting on them to get there or to start. One of them might have needed to go to the bathroom or something. Yeah, I'm good. Since they haven't started, I'll be able to keep score as well. We are currently watching Alex Marshall here trying to practice her 9 ball while we're waiting on Tony Lovejoy, her fiance, and Riley Atkins to get started for their 1 pocket match at 2 o'clock. Austin, could you bring me a book or something that I could lay on the back of this stand? Something with a little bit of weight. Got one of Mom's books. All right. Still waiting for the 2 guys to get to the table and get ready for the 1 pocket match here.
That was funny as shit. You don't even like this. Fuck off.
Christopher.
My bad.
You won't play one? I was about to quit, to be honest. Okay. I think we're gonna go.
Mike, are you still there? Because I'm not seeing Tony or Riley at this point. Alex was there shooting, and then this guy just showed up and started hitting balls. I don't know if they canceled their match or moved it to a different table or what. Because I don't recognize this guy.
What weight is this, Tony? Feels good.
Unless he's somebody from West Virginia that's a buddy of Tony's.
I do know that. I don't know how tired of
Oh, are you talking about the eggs that bake some eggs? Yes. That's in the for weeks.
Where are you going?
I just got the one that opened it up.
Put a shirt on, please.
Through the whole thing. Oh, sorry. These are all the things we have. Well, about the ball. You make me do something today. Go. You're not going to have it.
You want the library?
I'll be able to tell 12 months. I think that will yeah. Driving people okay, I get my points. I'm not getting a punch. I'm just getting out $5. And pay. Well, beats you. Beats. So that's a yes with the package card. You got what's of all your onions? I only need $5. Super.
Yes, I can.
It's easy to go off.
I've got one of them if you want it. Because I asked Austin to get me something to sit on top of the stand so it doesn't tip over. I just have it sitting on the back of the stand. You brought mine home with clothes in the other day. my shit coming.
Oh, yeah. I knew I had to wait for your stuff.
Can you hear me? Okay, we've got Bruce Willie versus Paul Toddy here. Not able to stretch this one. So they have just started. I can't tell whether anybody has any balls yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Looks like it's 1-0 somewhere. I am not sure who is who in this match. I don't know either of these players. That's why when you're remote, sometimes you try and pick the players, at least where you know one of them. That way you can have an idea. A nice little bank shot. I think he's going to try. Yeah, good safety here. Draws that right up against another ball. Everything went to one side here. He just thins the ball out across the table here. As soon as somebody's able to make a ball here, we will find out who's who. We'll be able to have an idea of nice little safe shot, roll down to the bottom rail there. Looks like we might be a while before somebody makes a ball here. These clusters are it's a really tough look. We are still kind of looking to see who's who here. A nice little thin shot to roll down on the under the stacks there on that right hand side. A lot of defense being played here early on. Not a whole lot of offensive shots being left out there. This is why a lot of older players play one pocket, because you got to be patient. You got to take your time. You got to think. Like a little two-railer here. He's going to put that down in the corner. Good roll at it. Doesn't leave anything offensive. It looks as if he's just going to have to play that ball out of his corner, unless I see him eyeing that little combination that goes right down the rail, but that's kind of a risque shot. Might have left a bank here. Not 100% sure, but at that angle, he might be able to bank, looks like the 12 ball back towards that top left pocket. He's not even looking at it, but if it were me, I'd be looking at that, because the cue ball goes up into that little stack of balls, kind of pushes them farther up table and maybe towards the middle of the table where he might have a second shot. Of course, he could be looking at banking the 6 ball back to him, try and hold to the middle of the table here too. Or just playing a soft tuck shot right under and making that stack even more difficult to play around. Doesn't leave any 2 railers or 3 railers to get to that. Just makes a big stinking pile of balls there on that side that just is helping one player and hurting the other. Probably a good idea to move more than just that one ball. Oh, he's not going to like this. Well, doesn't sell that ball out. The ball sticking out of the side pocket kind of has this one ball blocked. Or 9 ball, whichever one it is. Yeah, I thought that was that was going to be a little bit of a problem. But that spots, gets that ball down there where it makes it a little more of a problem ball. When you leave a ball out there in the middle, it makes you have to really think about what you're doing. Like he's going to try and cut this 11 or 15 here. Good roll at it. He hangs. Oh, no, it doesn't hang. Gets that nice pocket speed roll. And that'll give him a second ball here. Maybe a third one if he can get out for the spot ball. This is what we've been waiting for in this rack. A few offensive shots. Haven't really seen much offense. It's been all defense. And I think we're done with the offensive shots here. I don't see much offense, any more offensive shots left here. He'll probably just push those balls into the stack and roll down to the bottom rail. And he does just that. Leaves kind of the bank on the 5, but that a lighter colored ball there by the side pocket on the left side kind of makes that a little hindered, plus this 2 ball, I think, that's on the top rail kind of makes this a difficult bank. Looks as if he's going for it, but like I said, that other ball being in the way kind of hinders making that ball. And we'll probably go back to some sort of a defensive shot. I don't know if he'll look down table. Looks as if he's going to play that stripe over by the side. Kind of looks like the 9 ball. Just flick it over to the other side. Now, he has sold out a bank here. I don't know which one you take here. Maybe the 4, if he can get enough of that ball. If not, you play the 2 ball up here off this top rail and just play the long rail. You might be able to get over to the bottom right-hand side, but it's like he'll go for the easier ball here. Does not make it. Now the balls are starting to open up a little bit. And just as soon as I say that things are opening up, we tie another ball up into that side rail on the right, starting to stack them up again. Nice attempt at a bank there. That just rolls up there and kind of stacks up with that right-hand stack in front of that top right quarter. Looks as if we sold out a ball here too. Although he short strokes that, misses, banks at one rail back here, and now that's going to go on the spot. And he has left a cut shot here on the spot shot and on this other dark ball or on this 9. So it looks like he's going to try and cut this 9 ball down. He does. And good shot there. Leaves himself almost gets to the straight in shot, but leaves himself a little bit of an angle. Can't tell whether that, it looks like that one hung. So we've got one player with 4 balls and one with none. Actually looks more like 6. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be 7 balls down, and I can't tell who's who. Guessing maybe we're at 6-1 or 7-0 here. The guy who has the bottom right hand pocket has a good bit of balls. I've seen him make 5 or 6. Good little lag safe there out off that end rail. Pretty sure that that was just a recovery shot. Just trying to push the ball up table and play the cue ball. He might get a offensive shot here. A two-railer, and he sinks it like it had eyes. He's got another cut shot here. Looks like the 4-ball. A bit outside, but pretty good hanger for no. And he just banks that one out to keep from leaving a shot. Sometimes you get in those pickles where you just got nothing to shoot at. My guy must be feeling froggy. He just took a flyer there. He's going to leave a ball. And if he plays this and cinches it, he'll have a good crosser on the 6-ball. And he misses. And he's going to leave a bank on the 8 here. All right, now we should be able to tell who's who. whoever had that bottom right-hand corner will mark up his game, and then we'll know who's who. As long as they use the digital pool tablets to keep score. What do you think, Mike? Do you see a score yet? Looks like we've got a little break in the action here. Still not sure who's who. I can't find the score on digital pool to see who won the first game. Kind of waiting on some assistance here. Looks like they both have the same pockets, though. From what I'm guessing, Paul Toddy is leading. He's leading 1-0. So this would be Bruce at the table. Paul is playing to the bottom right or the top right-hand corner. This is Paul at the table. He's probably just going to push balls up and stick to the stack, make Bruce play off a ball and go to the bottom rail here. He's just going to draw off the ball and stick the cue ball to the... Oh, he stays in the stack. That can happen too. They're just going to titty-tat safe until somebody's got a way to play up table. We'll draw shot here or stick shot and just hang in. Keep to the bottom rail. Looks as if he's left the one ball though here for Paul. There's nobody out there. Tiger, nobody out there. He's just going to play safe off the bottom here. If it were me, I would have been firing for the one ball. Now he's left an up and down bank for Bruce where he can keep the cue ball to the bottom rail and maybe back over to play other balls to his hole. It's kind of a low inside bank. You bank it and spin it down, and he's just played it right into another ball, and that one will spot up. He's still pretty much played safe. Just kept the cue ball to the bottom rail. These guys are playing really, really tight. See what Paul does here. He'll probably thin off and just go to the side rail here. Rolls that ball all the way up to the top and ends up scratching. So that's going to cost Paul a ball here. And we'll see if Bruce is off to the races here. Looks like he's got a possible shot on the 7 or one of the darker colored balls there near the stack. See what he does with this. Bruce got ball in hand here in the kitchen. Looks as if he's going to try and play the 7 ball and then hold up for one of those dark colored balls to go on over to his hole as well on the top left. Nice smooth stroke there, but he hangs it. I expect that Paul will just push that one in the hole and leave the cue ball right there in the pocket. That's an easy one to give up. Oh. He takes the shot at it and gets it out of there. Nice dig out there by Paul Toddy. Might see a little combination here. Just a safe. Couldn't tell whether one of those was wired towards his hole, but see a roll shot here up to the top rail. Just play safe, use all 9 feet. Didn't really leave much here for Bruce. He's going to thin off and stick behind another ball. He's kind of left a cut shot on that 10 that he just pushed across the table. We'll see whether this is something that Paul wants to take a look at, because it's auto shape to come back to the left side. You just cut that and let the cue ball roll to the left side, and you're off to the races because you got 3 or 4 balls you're going to be able to look at. He just missed that, hit that one a little. Kind of takes it wide of the pocket. Doesn't sell anything. Covers that ball with the rest of the stack here. It's like Bruce is going to try and kick it out, though. Nice little kick shot there. Kicks it out. But I think he left the crosser here for Paul. Little English bank here. Go across the face with some left side English. Oh, he tries to jam it in there. He tries to draw shot, tries to jam it in the pocket. You're not jamming anything in these pockets today. He leaves that one right back to Bruce. Bruce plays the thinner. Looks like we're going to get another tear out here. Tried to tear it out, but I think he's given him a cut shot on this ball, and that could cost him a few. If Bruce can get to this ball and hold it up a little bit with a little low outside, he's going to pluck a few. Don't know that he got out enough. He's going to have to jack up on this one to get a shot. That's 3 in a row. This will be 4. Let's see where he tries to go with this to shape another ball. Whether he'll roll forward and try and play a bank. Looks as if he's going to have to get a bridge. Maybe not. Maybe he grabbed an extension. He's going to have to play over the top of the ball to get to this one, or maybe look the other way. Yeah, he is going for the bridge. It's a tough shot playing over top of the ball and having to stretch that far. Plays a nice draw stroke. We'll see if he, I mean, he still has another shot, but I think the kiss on this ball is giving him a tougher angle. Still looks like he's got a decent shot here on the 8. He'll play the 8 and see if he can roll back for the 7. Good shot there. Leaves himself good on the 7. That's 5 that he's plucked here. Oh, and he missed his 6th ball here. And gets a good roll, doesn't really sell anything out. So he gets 5. So it looks like it's 5-1 there in favor of Bruce, with Paul Toddy having a 1-0 lead here in this race to 3 one-pocket match. My name is Derek Reynolds. I'm coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. I'm dialing in on Zoom to help commentate this match at the Derby City Classic. Paul just plays a thinner shot, rolls the cue ball up to the top end of the table. I think that the ball that he played off of, the 2 or the 8 ball, leaves Bruce a shot to bank it towards his hole, maybe. But he's electing to play a 2-railer here and leave the cue ball up here on the top rail. That 2-railer just goes towards Paul's hole, and he has left Paul a shot on this ball on the side rail where he can go over and across and still have a shot on another ball if he makes it. See if that's what he's going to attempt here. That's what it looks like. He's going to cut this ball down the rail, go 1 rail over. Can't tell whether that one jawed up or went in. Looks like it jawed up. Smart move here for Bruce. Unless he likes the bank shot here, would just be to roll Paul's ball in the hole here, which looks like what he's going to do. He may be trying to break it out. Yeah, he tries to break it out and comes up on the bad end of it, trying to break that ball out instead of just pushing it in the hole, has now cost him a ball. So we're looking at 4-1. It gives Paul ball in hand in the kitchen. We got 1 sitting here easy. Plays a little bit of a top stroke down, and he'll be good to play this 6 ball in his corner. And then he can go 2 rails out. Looks like he could pluck off 5 or 6, maybe even get out from here. Makes that first one, which gives him 2. So now we're 4-2 Bruce. Four to 3. It's got the 2 balls here that'll be the next 2. It's going to play this 8 ball. So we've got a 4-3, and he's left. I don't know if he's left that covered. I don't think the stripe has this covered, but he's on the bottom rail, so it's tough to get that ball out of there, I think. He plays the 10 into it. That's a pretty good shot there. So we still have 4-3 Bruce. I don't know if Paul's going to try and cross this or just bank it out of there and roll down to the bottom rail. He's looking around the table to see what he's got. Looks as if he's just going to bank this out of here and leave Bruce to make the next move. Yeah, Mike, I see that the score is 4-3 here. 4-3 Bruce. Just a bit outside. That would have given Bruce 5 there. Paul plays up into the stack here and banks that ball up here to the top rail. Now we'll see what Bruce has up his sleeve.
Okay, so here is my question. Again, a chance to get into the drawing for tomorrow night instead of a tournament ball that you can win. Just answering a simple question. Thanks for continuing here at the Derby. I asked about one.
Like he's going to try and play a one rail cross face. Gets cue ball back down table, doesn't sell anything out. Good smart shot here. I don't know what Paul's got in store here. I think he'll just bank that ball across to his side, roll the cue ball back to the middle. Now that does give Bruce a shot here on one of the long rails, but it looks like he's just going to do the same thing, try and bank a ball over to his side and leave the cue ball right there to the bottom end of the table. Neither one of them really trying to go for much and risk selling out. I say that, and Paul kind of gets a little risky, but he gets away with it. Doesn't really sell anything big out. He does give a cross corner bank here to Bruce. Don't think he can play the 6 to his hole. He could cut this stripe here to his hole and maybe go back. Looks like he's going to thin off this 3 ball and go down table. Make Paul make the next move here. Knight to Queen 7. For any of you out in the audience here that play any chess, that's about where we're at right now. A lot of chess being played here. Not a whole lot of offense, because there's not been a whole lot of offensive shots left. Paul just moved the pawn down to his corner, put a little pressure on Bruce. Bruce has the lead here, 4-3 in ball count, but Paul has a 1-0 game lead. Bruce chooses to bank that ball out of Paul's hole. And here we are back to the chess match. I think we're going to see Paul bank the 7 ball towards his hole. He does, pushes another ball down there, and tries to cover up with these 2 balls at the top. He doesn't leave a shot for Bruce. It's like Bruce might play the combination here, try and stick the cue ball on the side rail where Paul doesn't have any shot. He is successful at that, and he pretty much covers up the ball that he put down there. Not sure what we'll see here. Like Paul's just going to push this ball down towards his hole and roll the cue ball to the side rail, not really leaving much. And Bruce will probably play across the face of a ball here, or try and stick the cue ball somewhere on the right side rail and get a ball out of it. Of course, he could play the cross face on that dark ball and come up table, but he chooses just to play it out. Doesn't leave anything up table. And Paul's just going to thin off a ball and roll up to that top rail. Well, so much for thinning a ball. He banks into it and still gets the cue ball up table, but tries to break up the little stack that's right there on the side rail. Gets the 7 ball down there by his pocket. Don't know how you folks are doing down there in Louisville, or anybody that's out around where we're from. I'm in Grove City, Ohio, making the commentating here, and we have just started getting a good bit of snow here. It's coming down pretty handily. Paul and Bruce just trading safe shots here. Bruce going to roll down into Paul's area and keep trying to push balls towards his hole. Getting him off the side rail in front of Paul's hole, and then banking him over towards the middle or bottom down towards Bruce's hole. Still have a 4-3 ball count. Stiff Paul's going to try and roll up under here, force the issue a little bit. Bruce looks like he's going to bank the 7 out of there and just leave the cue ball down on the bottom rail, push another ball towards his hole. Now we'll probably see Paul do the same thing with the stripe there. Unless he's got to look at a bank, he's just going to roll up underneath, force Bruce's issue. Rook to knight 1. Bruce had a look at a good bank there. It kind of rattled out on him, and I think he sold that same bank back to Paul. See what he does with it here. He gets his to go, and now he's got a ball sitting in his by his pocket. He'll be able to make this one. So we got a 4-4 game here.
Germany, make some noise for the killer, Joshua Miller.
Paul Toddy takes the lead at 5-4, leaves himself this 6-7 combination. 6-4. Nice little bank here on this one ball. He can come all the way up table, maybe have a shot on one of the balls here on the side rail if he can make this bank. He slow rolls it, and he makes it, gets a shot. This could be the game here, folks. Roll one of these balls in, and he'll be up 2-0. It's crucial to make those easy banks on the bottom rail there and not sell out, because you sell out one, you may sell out the rest of the rack. Paul Toddy takes a 2-0 lead here. So I don't know how many people are out there listening, but I don't know if anybody out there knows I was in the hospital for about 55 days. So just getting home about a week ago, still not able to work, waiting to see whether I get Social Security disability. Bills have been piling up a bunch because I haven't been able to work. So any donations anybody would like to put forth, my Cash App is there on the bottom of the screen. $DEREY 13. It's my Cash App. Any little bit helps. If you could spare $5, that would be very beneficial. Paul took the break. Bruce's shot and run the cue ball back into the stack. And Paul's going to bank one into the bottom of the stack and leave the cue ball on top. Good shot there. Possible upcoming match here would be Scott Frost and John Gabriel. John Gabriel from Illinois, Scott Frost, the freezer from Iowa, currently living in Arizona. Good shot by Bruce here, but looks as if Paul might be able to cross face this, get it going towards his hole, and run the cue ball all the way up table here. And if he can happen to sink it, he's going to get a few. Plays it off the bottom of that ball, and it rolls up there all right. Right down into his pocket. Wow.
Winner.
Oh. Bruce tries to play those two balls out, does not. Gives Paul a shot here on this ball on the bottom rail. He could pluck a few off here if he can play over this ball. He's got another one sitting right down there. A good shot here if he could play over this ball, make one, run into the 7. I didn't quite get there for that one, but he can make this one and go underneath and pull another one or 2 here. He is it's a ball running machine right now. That's 3 balls for Paul Toddy here. Like he's got a crosser. He hangs that one, but he covers it with the stack, takes that 3-ball lead. And that's huge when you're up 2-0 in a race to 3. All I have to say for Bruce is missed opportunities. He missed a few and rattled a few that could have led to him getting the last game, but made a critical mistake, missing a bank, and left his opponent out. He plays a thin shot around the stack to try and block Paul from being able to see the ball, but it does leave him a chance to play into the stack and push balls towards his hole, play up table and cover the ball that's in his hole. Few options here. Looks like he's going to play into the stack here and try and push balls to his hole and leave the cue ball over there. Or no, he plays the rail into the ball. Doesn't make it, but I think he pushed it a little deeper. I don't think Bruce can get this ball out of here. So he just pocketed it for him. So that gives Paul Toddy a 4-0 lead going to 8 balls, and he's got that 2-0 lead. Paul's going to play into the stack. He misses the balls in the stack, but gets a good roll. Drives the ball to a rail. Boy, that was kind of lucky. Kicked right past the stack. Just happened to come off, kick another ball, and it goes across and makes a rail. He does leave Bruce a shot on this ball, and he's going to try and come straight across. Good shot there. He comes straight across, misses the stack, and gets right on top. Don't really think he has much of a shot out of there. Probably going to play up table, bank the 2 or the 4, whatever that is on the side rail out, get down to the bottom rail, and right up into the stack. That was a good safe shot for Bruce Lilly. So we have a 4-1 score here. Paul Toddy plays a safe. Might have left the long rail bank here on the 6. Not sure if Bruce will shoot this. He's not even looking at it. He's just playing safe off the bottom rail. He's not trying to go up table yet. Ball plays safe and rolls right back in the stack. And that's a brutal safe to play out of. Bruce is having to play a ball out, and now, that's starting to spread balls out here. Oh, and he puts one in the drink. That could be the end of him here. He's left a few balls out. Now he spots the one that he had. So we're looking at Paul needing 3. He's got 2 of them out there that he can play that are sitting past the head string. He's going to play the 7 here. And he just hangs that. He leaves Bruce a couple shots here. He leaves him the 9 or the 6. But he's going to try and get this ball out of here. No, he just plays it in. He gives him ball number 6. That's brave. I don't think that was the wisest decision. I think I would have plucked a couple before I did that. Unless he's just conceded, that's a tough one to go with. I mean, I've played one pocket a lot with guys that don't shoot towards their hole, but I've not seen a guy that has 2 easy balls with the opponent having a ball in his pocket, not take those 2 balls first. Looks like the other match that we were looking for here. Might jump off a little earlier. The Scott Frost match. Toddy drills another one. He is just having no mercy here. Looks as if he's got 6. Bruce is going to have to start shooting at his pocket if he's going to have any chance of winning this match. Good looking shot there. Holds the rail. Doesn't quite get there, but he blocks the one shot that Paul did have that's sitting in his pocket. Looks as if Paul will try and get this ball out of here. He does, pushes it towards his side and freezes up to the one ball. Now that does leave Bruce a chance to get one of those balls out of here, so Paul doesn't have a chance to win this. Waiting to see whether we're going to get switched over to the Scott Frost match. They did start a little bit earlier on their 4 o'clock match. And I think Bruce is pretty much waving the white flag here. He is now on -1. He is scratched on a bank that he could have just played this 2-ball out, and instead he tries to bank a ball, double kisses, and he's left Paul the last 2 balls. All he has to do is make 1 ball, and he's won this match 3-0. And we have our winner. Okay, we are going to jump over to Scott Frost and John Gabriel here momentarily. We are searching for that match right now. It's already in progress. They started a little bit early for their 4 o'clock match. I know that Scott is doing commentary for the Bigfoot and for some of the Matchroom streams. So give us a few seconds here to get this up, and we'll have John Gabriel and Scott Frost 1 pocket match. For those of you tuning in, again, I'm Derek Reynolds from here around Columbus, zooming in to commentate on the streams for the Derby City Classic here. And we'll have a pretty good match here, I think, between Scott Frost and John Gabriel. Both are accomplished players here. This doesn't look like the right table because somebody is just practicing here. They may have already finished. I wouldn't think so, but we have been having technical difficulties with table numbers not matching up. So sometimes you have to go through and check table after table after table until you find the one that you're looking for. So here we have John Gabriel and Scott Frost.